Okay, I'm using the SVBony 3-8mm zoom eyepiece, and for the finder eyepiece I use this SVBony 20mm, and I compare it with the Takahashi 7.5mm and Starguider ED 8mm. I'm using the Skywatcher 120 ED Pro Schott glass. That is 120, yeah, 5-inch refractor, Apochromatic refractor. And I'm observing the planet Jupiter, which has now 5 Galilean satellites. That is, I think Sigma Arius, or yeah, it must be Sigma Arius, which is for several days now is just around the planet Jupiter. And I must say I'm really impressed with the quality of the zoom. Anyway, this is about the zoom. The zoom eyepiece is so easy to increase the magnification. I found it with the SVBony 20mm. Then brought it to the center, then turned the Q-Turret to the zoom eyepiece. And the zoom eyepiece at 8, I went up down to 4, then a little bit became cloudy, so I may have to repeat this experiment later again. But for tonight, I was able to do this. I'm really happy. 5 Galilean satellites. Of course, I'm in the street light section of the house in the front garden, so I'm using this pop-up tent, not completely going inside it, just 2 sections of it, just to block the street light. So far so good. I may have to repeat this experiment. Oh no, Jupiter is out. Hallelujah. Planet Jupiter is out. Okay, I used the 20mm to bring the Jupiter back into the center of the view. Then I switched to the SVBony zoom 3-8mm zoom. I compared it with, at the 8mm, I compared it with the 8mm ED, which is the best views of the Jupiter. And I can say this and this give me similar views. And Takahashi, then I turned to Takahashi. It became a little bit cloudy. Then when it became clear, I could see that in the Takahashi it was a little bit brighter. Detail was a tad less than this and this together. I'm not sure this is because of the clouds or just because Takahashi usually gives a very slightly brighter. But so far I'm impressed by the image quality of this, and I can change from 8 to down to 3mm with that. Oh, I'm shocked. This is my best planetary eyepiece, Starguider ED 8mm. But now I found that the SVBony is slightly sharper. I can see more of the temperate belts of the Jupiter. And this, it seems, is almost equal to this one. They're equal. Let me just go together. This is 8mm, this is 7.5mm. At the moment, this is on the 8mm set. So let's just go and see. Okay, now I'm comparing between the Takahashi and the SVBony 8 at the 8mm. This is 7.5mm. I can say that the same details I can see in the Takahashi, I can see in the SVBony 8mm. All the fine details that I can see here, I can see here also. So that's that's very impressive. Now I want to go actually change the setting from 8 to 7 just to see what the change will be. Ooh, hallelujah. I changed it to 7mm now, as you can see. And actually the temperate belt became more clear and I can see some color in it. Kind of, what can I say, a little bit slightly orange brownish. Also the two equatorial belts also show very pronounced, lovely color. The space between them, the other belts are white actually, and then, so this is not a tinge of eyepiece or anything. It's just the color of the belts. Ooh, I'll change it now to 6. I can see some details in the polar regions. It's amazing. It's a bit kind of like a grayish, kind of, is white grayish or slightly blue probably. It's very interesting. Let me change it to 5 next. Oh, I can see details in the two equatorial belt. There's some darker brown patches on them, and then a little bit lighter colored indentation into it. And also the polar regions, those, I can see some more detail in that. Oh god, that's lovely. It's now setting on a 5. So I'm just going to see if I can. By the way, they were parafocal with the 5 was parafocal with 6 and 7 and 8. So I'm going to change it to 4. Let's see. Okay, now it's done the 4mm, and it was not exactly parafocal with the 5, so I had to go, I think, a little slightly inward, and then it come to focus. Beautiful image, magnified. And then my eye, I've shown some halo around the planet, right? I wasn't sure this is the eyepiece or my eye. So I just waited, pressed my eyes a little bit, made it wet with my, tear in the eye, and the halo disappears. So that must be a reflection from my cornea over the eyepiece, then back to my own eye. So now it is clear. I don't have any difficulty seeing. There is no glare or reflection. Amazing. Want to know, go to 3mm. I can't do that 3mm with Jupiter. So the image is now magnified at the 3mm setting. I can say that the image has not deteriorated. Although it is ultra-azimuth, it's a little bit too fast. They passed the image, drift away quicker than when it was at 5 even, or 4. And yeah, the image quality, let me just say, I can tell that I see more details in the temperate belt, which was orange brown. I can see clearly the orange brown coloring in that, and also some intensified part of it is a little bit darker, intensified brownish orange color. And yeah, if I want to compare with the images of the spacecrafts, imagine that you see the images of Pioneer 10 in 1972. I think it passed to Jupiter. And Voyager. The image, what I'm seeing now, is something between the image quality of the Pioneer, and Voyager. It's 1972, 1979, 1980. That's so nice it is. I think if I increase the magnification, if this setting was able to actually increase to go 2.5mm or 2mm, the image will be deteriorated. Usually at this stage, 4mm, I have a 4mm Nirvana or 5mm even of the Nagler. I cannot see much details. You know, the details are not there. With this one, I can see the details actually. That's amazing. This is, by the way, f focal ratio of this telescope is 7.5, so quite nice setting. I used it also, have some videos with this for early with the Nirvana, I think I had also. Anyway, which one I prefer? Of course, 3 is for focal with the 4, I have to say. I prefer all of these settings, and 5, 6, 7, 8 are brilliant. 4 and 3, you can gradually see that the image is magnifying. You can see details, but it's not easy to keep the image in the field of view. If I was tracking it, probably that would have been different, easier for me. But this is an ultra-azimuth mount, and I have to, you know, use the knobs just to bring it back to the field of view. So the magnification, the sense of the drifting is a little bit too high, but the details, everything is nice. I can see details. I can see that. No false coloring. I don't see any, you know, glare or, you know, being something halo around the planet. No. And the color of the also Galilean satellites are nicely visible. And in the meantime that I was talking, the planet has drifted away. So I just want to show you the setting now. This is the tree, as you can see here. This is how the zoom has came up, raised from the level of the original thing. And now I'm going back to the SVBony 20mm to bring the Jupiter back in the field of view. I really am delighted that I have this turret also for all of this. With the turret and the zoom, you really are set for the planetary observation. Okay, I've now put the eye guard down, the rubber eye guard, because I'm doing straight through. I'm not using any diagonal, and my neck doesn't allow me exactly put my face flat unless I make an effort. So that effort being made makes you tired. So I just felt that if I want to see the image easier, it's better to pull this down. Jupiter, of course, is now in Aries, so it's quite high in the sky, and it will be a little bit stress on the neck, but I think it's worth to go straight through. I've seen that the diagonals, even the best astrophysics that I have, introduce a slight, you know, imperfection or even false color. When you use it like that, you don't have any of those aberrations. And amazing detail. I'm now back on the 8mm, and details I can see on the Jupiter is amazing, as good as the Starguider and the Takahashi. I'm going now to quickly to do it again, to go to ED, Starguider ED 8mm and Takahashi 7.5mm. Okay, I came back to Takahashi and then ED 8mm, and I can say that this is more comfortable to look. At the same time, the details are more visible on the SVBony Zoom Eyepiece. In these two, the light control in this one is better than Takahashi. First, his background is dark, but when it comes to detail, this one is the winner. It has the winner. This has the darkest background. Details on this is better, and generally this is more comfortable than both of them. The brightness, the darkness, and the contrast of the image first, second, third. The details on the planet first. These two come second. So first is SVBony. I think this SVBony is a winner in this. And beside the fact that I can actually increase magnification, this is under 8 at the moment. And the image is like, first of all, when I look through this, I feel that I'm as if I'm using those eyepieces that I have 110 degrees myriad. I can look from this corner and see the field of the edge of the field of view. But I put the planet on this edge, and I could see the same details that I could see at the center. So it was sharp to the edge, probably around 1%, 2%, a slight color of the purple color, I think. Was it because I was looking really at an angle? But most of it just perfect. You can see it just drifting into the image, image out of the field of view, and nothing happens to it. Amazing. You can see even in this, you can see the lenses inside and the mechanism. You just zoom on that. Yeah, I'm really pleased with this. It's one of the best zooms I've ever seen. Oh, best eyepiece actually. Okay, this is the Q-Turret and the set of the eyepieces that I was using. It was getting a little bit, damp outside, so I just came in. The lens has immediately dried when I came in, so that's it. That's for tonight. Very clear night. Oh God, I wish it was a little bit Gemini was higher. I could see the comet Nishimura. But anyway, this is it. The zoom, I'm really pleased with the SVBony zoom. And I'm sure that I will be using it a lot.